Hello and welcome back to the Worst Possible Commander Show. I'm here this week with my friends. This is Shea.
Hello.
And that's Ben.
Hello.
And that's Blake.
Hey.
And we are about to play our first game with cards from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan.
Yes.
Who's ready for some dinos? So, in traditional Ixalan style, we wanted to play the typal decks that that Ixalan is known for. And while these are going to be some of the commanders from the precon, these are not the precons. We've built them up our way for this particular game. Our sponsors today are CoolStuffInc.com. Use the promo code WORST on CoolStuffInc.com to get a 5% discount. And Ultimate Guard. Check out the link in the description to see all the protective products that we use on our collections and for the show. We like to go around the table and explain the worst possible thing that we can do to each other, because we're friends. We like to warn each other just how bad our friendship will be tested. I'm playing Admiral Beckett Brass Unsinkable. This is a Grixis Pirate Reanimator deck. I'm going to use my commander to bring pirates out of the graveyard to get more use out of their ETBs. But since I like filling my graveyard anyway, I also have other stuff to reanimate. And probably the worst thing I could do is animate dead a World Gorger Dragon to make infinite mana. We have not done this animate dead World Gorger combo before, and it's something that the deck isn't necessarily built around, but it is capable
It's
of.
an option.
You should know. You should know before it happens. So that's me, but otherwise we're going to get into some scurvy pirate stuff. So Shea, what are you playing and what's the worst possible thing you're going to do to us?
Yeah, so today I'm playing Carmen, Cruel Sky Marcher. She is a vampire soldier. And so basically this is kind of your classic Orzhov aristocrats nonsense. Gonna be sacking lots of permanents, which works very well with my commander. I get lots of bonuses for that. And for my worst possible, you know it. You'll love it, / you probably hate it. It's Exquisite Blood with Sanguine Bond or Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose.
I feel like we've seen this many times, but it's never happened. I don't feel like it's happened on the show.
No, someone wins or Shea wins before it happens every time.
That's a fair point, but hey, maybe today will be the day where we see the combo pop off.
All right, Ben, what have you brought and what's the worst possible thing you're going to do to us with it?
Yeah, so I bought Dinosaur Tribal here, Pantalaza Sunfavored. So when he enters the battlefield, I do a similar thing to Cascade, but it's called Discover. We'll get into it when I cast the creature. But my worst possible is all these dinosaurs.
It's a lot of
all these
dinos,
beautiful
dude.
dinosaurs.
It's more than the last time you played Dinos, if I recall.
Yeah, let's hope Gisaf does some work today if I get him out. I'm going to be stomping and chomping you guys.
Yeah, and dinosaurs, wow, enough. All right, Blake, what have you brought in? There's only one group left from Ixalan, so I think we know what's coming, but what is the worst thing you're going to do to us with those fishy friends?
Yeah, so I'm on Simic, as I love to be, and this is a Merfolk themed deck, so Hawkball basically lets me put a bunch of +1/+1 counters on my guys, and we're going to play around that a little bit. As far as the worst possible thing I'm going to do to you, I have Kumena, Tyrant of Orazka, Merc Fiend Liege, and Simic Ascendancy. Simic Ascendancy is an alternate win con if you put a bunch of +1/+1 counters on your creatures, which this deck is built to do.
Never happens. Impossible.
Wait for today.
Nope.
All right. Well, the other thing that I have that's truly evil is Lul Mage Mentor and Intruder Alarm. So if I have 7 Merfolk, including Lul Mage Mentor, I can basically counter everything that you guys cast. So yeah, that's good.
7 Merfolk. Who do you think you are? What is this magical Christmas land?
I'm doing my best Shea impression today.
You think on my show you're gonna have 7 creatures on a board?
I sure hope so.
Not with this guy around. But hey, the stakes are set and they couldn't be higher. Who will survive the Lost Caverns of Ixalan? Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Ben, you're going first. Take it away.
Draw for turn. Play a Canopy Vista attempt. Go ahead, Blake.
All right, I'll draw for turn. I will play a Rejuvenating Springs and pass the turn.
Draw. Mountain, done. Good, honest magic.
So good.
Lightning bolt.
Don't mess it up, Shea.
It's so honest.
Don't mess it up, Shea.
So planes. And then a soul ring. And then, no, just
Oh,
kidding.
God.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Over to you, Ben.
All right, I'll untap, draw for turn. Play a Plains. I'll tap 2 for a Drover of the Mighty, which gets +2/+2 as long as I control a dinosaur, and it taps for any color. Go ahead, Blake.
I'll draw for turn. I will play a Tide Channel Pathway. CGB, you're not gonna like bolt my thing end of turn, are you, bro?
I will.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
no.
Come on, let's go.
Just be super friendly. It's Kiora's follower. Go ahead.
I wouldn't. I would never. Underground Sea and Talisman of Indulgence. Your turn, Shea.
Untap, draw. I am gonna play a Shattered Sanctum, which will enter tapped as my land for turn. Then I'm gonna pay 2 for Skrelv's Hive. So this is an enchantment. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. And then it also has Corrupted. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control with Toxic have lifelink. Okay, over to you, Ben.
All right, I'll untap, draw for turn. Play a Mountain. I'll tap 2 for a Felwar Stone. And I'll tap 3 for a Garruk's Uprising.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Blake.
efficiency.
Yeah.
All right, I will untap. Draw for turn. Alrighty, so using the Kiora's follower, I'm gonna make 3 mana. I'm gonna play Thieving Skydiver for kicker with X = 1.
Oh, what could it be?
So this is a 2/1 flyer that gains control of an artifact that costs 1 or less. I've given it some thought. Give me that soul ring.
Blake.
Oh, thank you. Now, to soften the blow potentially, I will pass without playing a land.
How does that soften the blow? Nobody cares. All right. I'm going to pay 1 life with my talisman. I'm going to entomb. Search my library for a card, put it in the graveyard.
That's a bad CGP.
All right. I have found a Port Raiser, which is a 4/4 that gives me extra combat. And that one's going to go into my graveyard with the entomb. My turn? Okay. Untap. Draw. Attempt to cast a Jeweled Lotus. I will sacrifice my Jeweled Lotus, and I will cast Admiral Brass, apparently no longer Beckett, Unsinkable. And when this enters the battlefield, I'll mill 4 cards. Resolve?
Yep, go for it.
I've milled Aggravated Assault, Phantasmal Image, the Belligerent, and Amorphic Pool. So no pirates in that pile. But at the beginning of combat on my turn, I can return a pirate card from my graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter and base power and toughness 4/4. So I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to attempt to return the Port Raiser to the battlefield.
Yeah?
It will enter with a finality counter. So a finality counter is a new thing, and if a card with finality counter on it would be put into the graveyard, if it would die, exile it instead. So it's only back for a little while, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have some fun. So Port Raiser says when it deals combat damage to a player, untap each creature you control, and after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. But the Port Raiser can't attack a player it's already attacked. So let's go around the table. Shea, attack you for 4.
Sweet. Yep, no blocks.
Untap Port Raiser, there's an additional combat. Ben, attack you for 4.
I see no creature to block. I will take 4.
The editor is smiling. He likes where this is going. Untap additional combat, attack
Me
you for
too?
4.
Yeah, I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'll play a tapped Watery Grave and pass the turn. That was very fulfilling.
All right, let's untap. On my upkeep, I will lose a life and make 1 Phyrexian Might. Okay, I'm gonna pay 1 for a Ruin Lurker Bat.
Ooh, new card.
New card. It's a 1/1 with flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, scry 1.
So that's the first time we've heard descended.
Yes. So you descend if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from anywhere.
From anywhere.
From anywhere. Yes.
Okay.
My little mite does not have haste as much as I would like to attack with it. This turn I cannot, so I will pass to you, Ben.
Okay, I will untap. Draw for a turn. I will tap 5 for my first.
I think I hear the thundering footfalls. Something's coming.
Yeah, there you go,
Play
Shea.
my commander, Pantalaza.
Let's meet the commander.
So when Pantalaza, Sun Favored, or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under my control, I may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. So what discover is, I exile cards from the top of my library until I exile a non-land card with that mana value or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it in your hand, put the rest at the bottom.
So it's almost like Cascade, but maybe better because you get to put it in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the toughness number is 4. You also have a trigger from the Uprising to draw a card. You can stack those either way.
Yeah. I'll draw a card first. Then let's go. Nope, that's 6.
Too big.
Here we go. This is a new one. Oh boy. It's Squinth. It's Squinth.
It's who?
It's what? It's Squinth.
Oh, it's Squid.
It's Squinth. Firstborn of Gisath. It's a 2/3 with haste. When it's Squinth, firstborn of Gisath enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. Bummer. When you do, target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature.
Whoa.
Damn.
So you got 2/3 haste is what that
Yeah.
comes down to.
Pretty much. And this goes at the bottom.
Giseth had a baby.
He did have a baby. Good for him.
He's got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Like,
What's up, dude?
I know you missed your land drop,
That's okay.
but it's kind of rude to steal things.
Honestly, that's fair.
I think it's illegal.
That's fair. I thought I was stealing from somebody who had more than me because I had only 2 lands. I was not. It was unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, for this act of aggression
Okay.
that you've shown us,
Okay.
I'm going to attack you for 5.
Ben's the people's champion out here. Okay. I will take 5.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better, Shea?
It makes me feel a little better, yeah. A little bit.
Okay. Well, then I'm glad.
Now it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to untap. I will play a Misty Rainforest, and I will immediately crack it. Alrighty, I will pay 2 life for Breeding Pool as it enters the battlefield. I'm going to spend 2 mana floating a colorless, and we're going to 3 visits.
Here we go.
we go.
Here we go.
Wow.
Alrighty, I got basic forest with that. I'm going to spend 4 mana, including my floating colorless, to play Seafloor Oracle. So whenever a merfolk I control deals combat damage to a player, I draw a card.
Ew.
Now I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to send this at Ben. Because you should not hold me accountable for my own actions.
That's just
I
right.
got flying? Oh, darn.
It's got flying, baby!
Okay, I'm taking 2.
And I'm drawing a card.
Nice.
Best to you, buddy.
Untap. Draw. Let's cast this dark ritual. Let's cast this card called Buried Alive. I'm going to search my library for 3 creatures and put them in my graveyard. All right, I have Buried Alive Wonder. I do control an island. Angrath's Marauders. If a source I control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it does double that damage. And Coercive Recruiter, which says when this or another pirate enters the battlefield under my control, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It becomes haste and a pirate.
Pirate. You want some dino pirates?
Yes.
Honestly, that sounds great.
Let me know when you're moving to combat.
Just pretend that's. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that, because my vibe will be uninterrupted. I'm going to play Arm Mounted Anchor. This is a new equipment. and it says equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, I draw 2 cards, then I discard 2 cards unless I discard a pirate. It has equipped 2, but the ability costs 2 less to activate if I have 1 or fewer cards in my hand.
Hey, yo!
There you go.
Just one. Just one.
Wow.
I'm going to move to equip the arm-mounted anchor to my port raiser. So now it will have menace, be a 6/6, and I'll get to draw and discard whenever it hits somebody. And now, I'm going to move to combat.
Okay, I would like to respond to your combat.
What, Shea?
Shea.
Okay. I am going to cast a Swords to Plowshares, targeting your commander. I really want to see the pirate shenanigans, but I don't want to catch those pirate hands, you know?
Those hands
You
are,
mean the
those pirate
hooks.
hands are hooks, yeah.
Anchors, in this case.
Yeah.
Arr, off to the farm ye go.
To the far.
I'll take up the plow then. I'll gain 4 life, and the Admiral will get exiled and head to the command zone, also known as Davy Jones' locker. And I will go to combat without getting my combat trigger and reanimating nothing. That's less fulfilling. So, Shea,
Yes.
I attack you with Port Razor, 6/6 menace, and your might can't block.
Well, I'm not ready to say goodbye to my bat, so no blocks. I'll take 6.
All right, take 6. I will get 2 combat triggers. One will untap and create an additional combat. The other will draw me 2 cards and discard 2 cards, unless one of them's a pirate. I will discard Drown Catacomb and Vandal Blast. I will move to next combat. Ben,
No.
the Porch Razor.
Menace.
What have you?
Menace, right?
Menace.
Okay, taking 6.
Yep, I will draw 2. I will discard 2. Talisman and Island. Blake,
Yeah?
I attack you. You scurvy dog, Blake.
I'm a fish. No blocks.
6 damage. I will draw 2. And I will discard both. And I believe this untaps again. I just have another combat where it can't attack anybody because it's attacked everybody. So I think I did that wrong last turn. I think this stays untapped.
Is Port Razor just gonna kill us?
Yeah, I don't
Kill
know.
us all.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's setting new records for single creature damage on the show, so we're working on it. Then I'll play out the last card in my hand. Soul Ring.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I need to be able to cast my commander again someday. Your turn, Shea. I'm hell-bent.
Okay. All right, we're gonna untap. On my upkeep, I will lose a life and make a might. I'm gonna pay 3 to cast Flesh Bag Marauder.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
Love it.
So when he enters, each player sacrifices a creature. I'm gonna choose a might.
Oh, good
Ben?
choice. The one that's not summoning sick.
I will sacrifice. It squints.
I will sacrifice my thieving skydiver. What are you gonna sack?
I will sacrifice an exile Port Razor, my only creature. It tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't really matter. Anybody else down for an album of just pirate covers?
That'd be great.
Dude, yes.
Go look up the band Bailstorm. They're great.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move to combat, and I know, rubbing it in. I'm just really rubbing it in here. I'm gonna swing at UCGB with my might.
Ow.
That's Toxic 1. Okay, then I'm gonna move to my end step, and then I have a Ruin Lurker Bat trigger, so something descended this turn.
They sure did.
Yes, so
My spirits descended to the bottom of the sea.
so I'm gonna scry 1. Over to you, Ben.
I'll untap. Draw for a turn. Tapping 5 for Regisaur Alpha. Other dinosaurs I control
Oh,
have
God.
haste, and it enters the battlefield with a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. Okay, when he enters, I'll get a 3/3 dino, and I'll draw off of Garruk's Uprising. And now I'll do the Discover, which will be 4.
Gonna discover how much I hate this.
Not that one. There we go. Harnessed Snubhorn. So Vigilance 2/5 deals combat damage to a player. Return target artifact or enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield. And I'll cast it without paying its mana cost. I think we're doing it. Dino's Smash. Dino's Smash. That's 2, 5, 9, 12.
Attack me for 12.
Yes, you for 12.
I'll take it. Down to 30.
You're still the highest life total. Just so you know. I'll pass to you, Blake.
All right, I will untap. Draw for turn. Oh, I looked at this and I was so confused because I'm gonna play a Soul Ring. I was like, how did this get here? Did I do this again?
Wait a minute.
I want my Vandal Blast back.
That's gonna float a colorless. All right, I'm gonna tap 3 and use my colorless floating to play Hakbal of the Surging Soul.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So this says at the beginning of combat on my turn, each merfolk creature I control explores. So I reveal the top card of my library, put that card in my hand if it's a land, otherwise I can put it on top or in my graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on that creature.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to explore 3 times. So we'll start with Kiyora's Follower. It is a Merfolk Sovereign. And I'm gonna put that in the graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on Kiyora's Follower. I'm gonna do the same for Seafloracle. Silvergill Adept.
Come on, you don't get value if you don't hit a land off it.
I know. I will put Silvergill Adept into my graveyard.
Silver Girl Adept sounds like something else.
Adept. Fair card. And then for Hakbal, Shamanic Revelation. I will put that in my graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on Hakbal. All right, I'm gonna send my 3/4 Seafloor Oracle at Shea. Wow, nice.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna attack CGB with Kiyora's Follower.
No blocks.
No blocks.
I'll take 3.
And I will draw 2 cards from Seafloor Oracle. I'm gonna pass.
Woo, I'm going to untap my incredible board. And draw. All right, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna play Admiral Beckett Brass Unsinkable. And when this enters the battlefield, I'm going to mill 4 cards. Does that resolve?
Yep.
Okay. Milled a Direfleet Ravager.
Oh,
Lorien revealed Is It Signet and Animate Dead. I will move the Arm-Mounted Anchor to Admiral Beckett Brass for free because I only have 1 card in my hand. I will attempt to move to combat, Shea. Anybody else got
good.
something
Oh,
to do?
yeah.
you're good.
All right. Then I am going to reanimate Coercive Recruiter. And when this enters the battlefield, or when another pirate enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Until end of turn, it gains haste and becomes a pirate. I'm going for the snubby over there, the Harness Snubhorn.
You gonna have a Dino pirate?
Yes.
Nice.
Sweet. Now, all of my creatures have flying because of Wonder and because I have Underground Sea and Watery Grave. There is a finality counter on the Recruiter. That's right. Moving to combat, I am going to attack Shea in the air with the Coercive Recruiter. I'm going to attack Blake in the air with the Harness Snubby.
The Snubber.
Yep. This has Vigilance.
Nothing from me.
And the Recruiter's a 4/3.
Yep, 4/3 flyer.
I'm gonna say no blocks.
No blocks.
Okay, 4 damage to Shea, 2 damage to Blake, and I am going to return an artifact or enchantment from my graveyard to the
I
battlefield.
wonder what it's gonna be.
I'm going to target the Animate Dead in my graveyard, and this is going to enter the battlefield and enchant a dead creature. And I'm going to select the Angrath's Marauders. Now that is a pirate entering the battlefield, so that means I gain control of another permanent until end of turn. So I'm going to gain control of Kiyora's Follower.
Okay.
And that will untap Kiyora's Follower. I'm going to tap Kiyora's Follower, and I'm going to untap this Watery Grave for some reason. Some totally unimportant reason. And then I'm going to move to my end step, and I'm going to give back the follower, and I'm going to give back the snub horn.
Not much of a follower if you can just take it at will.
I mean, it's right in the title, follower. All I had to do was make a cute speech. Go ahead, Shea.
Okay. I will untap, and on my upkeep, I will lose a life and make a might. And I will draw. All right. I'm hoping this will help me get cooking here. A black market connection.
Nice.
Arr, that should be mine. You don't know the black markets like the pirates.
Oh, gosh. I should probably swing with a might.
There's a lot of blockers this time.
Yeah.
It would be kind of, they wouldn't get very far.
No, but it would give me an opportunity to scry.
Oh, if you descend.
I will block it for you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so noble of you.
No
Thank
problem.
you. I'm going to move to combat, and I'm going to send my might to Blake.
No block smash. I will block with Hawkball.
Okay. My might is dead.
Glad you didn't have like a +3/+3, just like.
Tricked ya. Okay, not forgetting any triggers. I will move to my end step, then I get to scry with the bat.
You bet.
I'll keep that there. All right, I'll pass to you, Ben.
Yeah, I'll untap. Draw for turn. I'll tap 2.
It's a big dino coming.
Yeah.
Tap 2 for an arcane signal.
That was not a dino.
Oh, just wait. I believe in Ben. He would never not have a dino on
I
this
believe in a
turn.
thing called Ben.
Tap 4 for a majestic Heliopterus.
Not
It
bad.
has flying. It's a 2/2. When it attacks, another target dinosaur gains flying until end of turn.
Okay.
And
Ben,
I'm
would you prefer if I started referring to you as majestic?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Just checking. It's very majestic.
Okay, so I'm gonna discover for 2 or less. It's another.
Heroic intervention. Okay, yeah. It can go to hand, or you can cast it for free.
I'll put that in my hand.
Makes sense.
That does make sense.
Good choice.
Dinos are peaceful this turn, guys.
What?
They're grazing?
They're grazing.
Vegisaurus, Lex. Vegisaurus.
They're just napping or something. Yeah, there you go. Alright,
Against
go ahead.
cows?
Go ahead, Blake.
When did Ben become a coward?
Ooh.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to float a colorless, but I'm going to play a new card. Singer of Swift Rivers. So this is a 3/2 flash. When it enters the battlefield, I put a shield counter on another target creature I control, and I can cast Merfolk spells with flash.
Whoa.
I'm going to put a shield counter on Hawkball. I'm going to start by playing an island, and then I'm going to ask CGB why he left a blue mana of.
I don't have to answer that.
That's true. I'm going to spend 5. I'm going to cast Raise the Palisade.
Boom, boom.
So I choose a creature type, return all creatures that aren't of the chosen type to their owner's hand. I will likely choose merfolks.
Likely, huh?
Very likely.
No effects.
Nothing.
Then I will choose merfolk.
Return them to the hands, yo.
Wow.
Alrighty, with my 5 mana, I'm going to cast a Mercfiend Liege. So other green creatures get +1/+1, other blue creatures get +1/+1, and I untap all green and or blue creatures during each other player's untap step. So that's giving these 3 +2/+2, and this one +1/+1. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to explore in this order minus the Liege. So Seafloor Oracle, I'll put Passageau into my hand. For Kiora's follower, I will Master of the Pearl Trident. That will go into my graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on the follower. Then for Hawkball, I will show you a Force of Will.
He won't do it. He can't do it.
And I'm going to put that into my graveyard.
Whoa, what?
I will choose Singer of Swift Rivers. I'm going to show Simic Ascendancy. This is the one I really don't want to put in the graveyard.
Really, the
I
force
know.
of will goes to the
Changed, bro,
graveyard.
changed.
Wow.
What has happened to this
Wow.
once proud blue mage?
Simic Ascendancy goes to the graveyard.
Wow.
All right, CGB, you stole my dudes. All of my dudes. The one
Did
time.
I?
One dude, one time.
You stole a soul ring and kept it.
One time.
I borrowed a Kiyora's follower to untap a watery grave just to bluff.
Are you saying that he's pirating better than you?
Oh. Well, now I have to. I was going to reconsider, but Shea killed you. Let that be known. I can't actually kill you, but I will attack you for 23.
Whoa.
Is that all? I can't do anything. I will take all 23.
And then I will draw 4 cards from Seafloor Oracle. Second main phase, I will play Mana Crypt. And then pass so I don't discard the hand size.
I will untap.
Me too.
Draw for turn. I will use Soul Ring and a Mountain to flash back a Faithless Looting from my graveyard. And I'll draw 2 cards and discard 2. I'll discard the Villas Broker of Blood and the Angras Marauders. I'll tap the Talisman to Swamp Cycle the Troll of Khazad-dûm and go get a swamp. I'll pay 4 and I'll cast the Grim Captain's Locker. It's a legendary artifact that lets me surveil 1. I can also tap it to give creature cards in my graveyard escape for 4 mana and exiling 4 cards. And then I'm done.
At the end of your turn, I will use Kiyora's follower to untap Rejuvenating Springs.
Okay. Untap. On my upkeep, I will lose a life, make a might. Draw for turn. Then in my pre-combat main phase, I've got a Black Market Connections trigger. There's no time like the present. We're going
True.
all in. We're going all in.
Do it while you can.
So that's 6 life. I'm going to make a shapeshifter and a treasure, and I will draw a card.
Hope it's a good one.
I'm going to play Marsh Flats as my land for a turn, and I'm going to sack it right away. 12 life. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, I grabbed a swamp. Alright, it's not much, but it's what I got. Gotta pay 3 to cast Fleshbag Marauder.
That's why I didn't play a creature.
So I'm gonna sacrifice a might.
In response to the Fleshbag Marauder, I will untap an island with the Kiyora's follower.
Okay.
And then that'll resolve. And I'm going to sack the Kiyora's follower.
Okay.
Arr. Sad to see a member of me crew go down.
He kept talking about how much fun he had with you. It's really annoying, actually.
He really enjoyed his visit to the watery grave.
Then I'm going to pay 2, sacking a treasure to do so, in order to cast Priest of Forgotten Gods.
That would be a cool card if you live another turn.
That's what I'm hoping for, but you know, we'll see. Pass to you, Ben.
Alright, I'll untap. Draw for turn.
Get him, Ben.
Get him, Ben.
Get him, Ben. Release the dinos.
I'm gonna play a Fortified Village tapped. Yeah, get 'em. Tapping 5 for my commander, Pantalaza.
Discover 4.
Discover 4.
Oh my god, he's got no
Oh,
hits.
there we go. Kenjali's Caller. Dinosaur's spell cost 1 less.
Oh.
Hey, at least it's a blocker.
True.
And I'll draw from Garuk's. Tap 2 more for a Drover of the Mighty. And I'll pass to you, Blake.
At the end of your turn, I will pay 4 mana and flash in using Singer, Forerunner of the Heralds. So when this enters the battlefield, I can go grab a Merfolk, put my deck on top, shuffle my deck, and put the Merfolk on top. Then whenever another Merfolk enters the battlefield under my control, give them +1/+1. So that resolves. All right, I grabbed Herald of Secret Streams, which says creatures with +1/+1 counters on them can't be blocked.
Hey, at my cleanup step, I'll discard 1 card, and that's Majestic Heliopterus. There we go.
Alrighty, I'm gonna untap In my upkeep, I will roll for Mana Crypt. Odds is damage. I will take 3.
Yeah!
Justice.
Justice. Alright, I'm going to start by paying 4 for Herald of Secret Streams.
Well, I wasn't going to block.
Well, now you don't get to. When Herald enters the battlefield, Forerunner will get a +1/+1 counter. As my land for turn, I'm going to play Karn's Bastion, and I'm going to move to combat. So we're going to do all of my Explore triggers. We're going to go starting with Seafloor Oracle. So we have a Stony Brook Banneret that I'm going to put into the graveyard and put a counter. Forerunner of the Heralds, Deeproot Wayfinder. That'll go into the graveyard. Hawkball, Bident of Thassa.
He really wants to hit these lands.
That'll go to the graveyard.
He wants more lands so badly.
I'm just trying to build myself out. Singer of Swift Rivers. Command Tower goes to hand. And then Herald of Secret Streams. Overwhelming Stampede.
Seems good. And unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that on top. All right, I'm gonna use Karn's Bastion before declaring attackers. So I'm gonna proliferate all of my +1/+1 counters.
Blake, would you like to proliferate my 1 poison counter from Shea's Might?
God, I want to. Yes, I will.
Wow.
2.
Now that I'm declaring attackers, Mercfiend Liege is going to go at CGB, and everything else is going to go at Ben, which is a 29 at Ben and 4 at CGB.
In response, I will surveil.
Okay, good luck.
I'll bin this Rakdos Signet, and I'll bin the rest of me too.
Oh, no.
You got it. I'll take the 4.
Right.
I have no response.
Okay. The fishies are coming in.
Pirates and dinos down.
I know.
I guess a dino pirate was never meant to be.
We go down
Other than
together.
the one.
Yeah, there we go.
Them scheming sirens took down our dino pirate crew.
Are you going down with your ship right now?
I'm so down with the ship.
Down with the
So
shipness.
down with the ship. Down with the shipness.
I'm going to pass to Shea.
Cool.
You got this, Shea.
Yeah, beat him up.
All right, we're gonna untap. I'm a upkeep. I lose a life. Make a might. Draw for turn.
I also untap all of my dudes on your upkeep.
Black market connections.
Yep, got a black market connections trigger.
Don't chicken out now, Shea.
Yeah, you know me, YOLO.
Down to 5.
Okay, we get a treasure and a shapeshifter. Okay, there's my shapeshifter, and I will draw a card. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to cast a Jeweled Lotus.
Oh, okay.
That's way too fancy for Jeweled Lotus.
Isn't it beautiful?
That is gorgeous.
Okay, then I'm gonna tap 2 and crack the Jeweled Lotus for 3 black to cast my commander.
We were
Hey,
all
Carmen.
wondering.
Oh yeah, you want to read on this?
We were all wondering where in the world Carmen was.
Here she is. So she's a flying 2/2. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, put a 1/1 counter on Carmen, Cruel Sky Marcher, and you gain 1 life. Whenever she attacks, return up to 1 target permanent card with mana value less than or equal to Carmen's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. All right, then I will tap my Priest of Forgotten Gods and sacrifice 2 other creatures. Then any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. You add 2 black mana and draw a card. So I would like to also target Blake.
Okay, that makes sense. I will sacrifice my Forerunner of the Heralds.
Cool, I'm going to sacrifice a Might and the Shapeshifter I created this turn.
All right, that's 3 triggers on Carmen.
3 triggers on Carmen, that's correct. So she'll get 3 counters and I will gain 3 life. And then I have 2 black mana in the mana pool and I will draw a card.
Make it a good one. Is it a good one?
It's not very good, no. Okay, I'm going to sack a treasure here for a white, which will be another trigger for Carmen, getting another counter. If I can find the 4, there it is. And I will gain another life. Cool. And then I'll use a black mana from the mana pool to cast Cathar Commando.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the other black mana in the mana pool to use the ability and sacrifice it, which, by the way, will be another counter on Carmen. And I'm going to target my soul ring.
No!
Oh!
You're going to take it with you?
Yes.
All right.
Feels like a spite play, but okay.
You know what? I respect that. 'Cause
Cool.
you deserve it.
Thank you.
Also, did you lose 2 life from the priest?
Oh, I didn't. These life totals are getting closer and closer.
As much as I hate to say it, Blake, you got me. I'm going to concede.
All right. GG. Good game.
Merfolk.
All right. Glub, glub. Oh.
Smells fishy in here.
Hey, good game.
Good
All right.
game.
You stealer of soul rings. You scurvy dog. You done us all in with your sneaky sirens. Well, let's pick out our CoolStuffInc.com cards of the game. All right, my CoolStuffInc.com promo code WORST to get a discount. Pre-order your Lost Caverns of Ixalan right now. If these cards look sweet to you, they look sweet to me. But my card of the game is Port Razor.
Oh, yeah.
Port Razor and extra combats. I have not had the great pleasure of punching all of you for 2 turns in a row with the same creature before. It's enough to almost make me consider aggro as a acceptable choice. But I'm not there. But I still want to give a lot of love to Port Razor.
Instead of one big punch, it was an individual punch for each of us.
It was fun. Imagine if I had multiple pirates I could have attacked on the same
that'd be
turn.
sweet.
Never got there.
Word.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
But how about the table police here for today's game? Shea, what's your card of the game?
Speaking of, my card of the game is the Fleshbag Marauder. Just did the most for me, I think, this game. High impact. Got to make you guys sacrifice some stuff. Although it would have been a lot cooler if I had enough mana to cast my commander first, but someone stole my soul ring, so.
It's awkward. That sounds like a jerk.
I will say, innocent looking little common, but Fleshbag Marauder type effects are so good in Commander.
Yeah.
And then you could start bringing it back with your commander, and it would give it +3/+3 every time.
That is pretty good.
That would have been sweet.
All right, Ben. Dinos.
Dino.
Card of the game.
It is a Dino. It's the Regisaur Alpha. It just gives other dinos trample right when it comes in and makes a token on top of it. That's a pretty good dino right there.
Ben, do you consider yourself an alpha?
No.
What about a Regisaur?
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
nice. Yeah, me too.
Blake. Fishy Blake, winner of the game.
That's what they call me. All right, Robert Frost. All right, my card of the game was a card that I feel like provided a lot of value. It was just really useful, and it was Shea's Soul Ring. It really did what it needed to do, which was provide me a ton of mana throughout the game, and I was very thankful for it.
Don't you think we should at least for a second get the thieving skydiver on the screen?
Yeah.
We don't have to pull it out.
Thieving Skydiver.
Editor, put the
Honorable
thieving
mention.
skydiver on the screen that did the thing. But yeah, hard to imagine. Has Soul Ring ever been our card of the game?
No, I don't think so.
Probably because it's a bad card.
Oh, yeah, terrible.
Why would it be in Commander?
The worst.
The worst possible.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a good name.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our first play with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan cards. This set is full of cool stuff, and it's always nice to have the merfolk and the pirates and the dinos and the vampires going at it again. Thank you very much to our sponsors, CoolStuffInc.com. Use the promo code WORST to get a discount. And thank you to Ultimate Guard for supplying all the sweet sleeves and playmats for the show. And thank you. You stayed till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. That's the best way to support the channel. On behalf of my friends, Shea and Ben and Blake, it's me, it's CGB, always reminding you, you're cool. You're cool.
You can have this back again.
Thanks.